I will share. Now, when we say audit analytics, we are saying the auditor is trying to collect all relevant evidences, sufficient and reliable, to enable him to form an opinion as to whether the financial statement represents a true and fair view. Now, if you look at audit analytics and we take forensic and investigation, some people have mistaken that the three are the same, but they are not. In audit, the auditor wants to express an opinion as to whether the financial statement represents a true and fair view. That's why you see in the last paragraph where they express that opinion, the opinion can be qualified and or unqualified. But when we talk of forensic analytics, we are saying the investigator or the expert, forensic expert, want to gather all relevant data that will enable the person bring relevant proof which will be used for purpose of litigation, so that when they go to the court of law, the forensic expert will provide that to the jury, and the jury will say, with all these evidences before me, it has been proven beyond any reasonable doubt that the fraud has been perpetrated. That is how this thing works. That is forensic analytics. That is, the expert want to gather all relevant data, because there are some data that are admissible in law court, there are some that are not admissible. So I'm just trying to use a stone now to kill two birds. Audit analytics, forensic analytics. See the difference. For audit analytics, the auditor want to collect all data and solve this data, cleaning the data, analyze the data in order to form an opinion as to whether the financial statement represents a true and fair view. But in forensic analytics, the forensic experts want to collect all data, they analyze them because some data are admissible in law court, some are not admissible. So you need to sort this data, solve the data, clean the data, so that at the end of the day, you will come up with a clean report that will nail the perpetrator of the fraud. So in forensic, the fraud has been perpetrated. We want to uncover it. Now, when we now go to the other aspect that people use interchangeably, that is investigation. In investigation, what the accountant does or the investigator does is to carry out an examination of the financial and non-financial record of the person is investigating, and if it's a company, of the company you are investigating, so as to report to the commissioner, the person who commissioned you to carry out the investigation, your findings. Sometimes investigation may be for purpose of purchase of business, for purpose of amalgamation, for purpose of reorganization, for purpose of bank loan, or for purpose of investment in a company. So these three, they are really different. Now, this afternoon, what we want to do, or this evening in Nigeria, as the case may be, what we are going to see, let me quickly share my slide. Audit analytics, so you can see what we are saying. All right, we are there. Now you can see the screen very well. You see audit analytics using IDEA. IDEA is the acronym for Interactive Data Extraction and Analysis. It is an investigation and analysis software. You want to investigate with it. You want to do analysis with IDEA. Very, very popular audit software for investigation and analysis of data. See, I said audit analytics. I've already defined that. We don't want to waste time in all this. Here are the key steps of audit analytics. See the steps now. Here are the key steps in audit analytics. Is the class governor in class? Class governor. Is the class governor in class?
She should. Good evening, Prof. She should.
Yes,
Sorry.
I
Your
think
class governor
it's in the class, sir.
or E.
Monday is in the class. I don't know, maybe he's attending to something.
Okay. Who is the class governor? I thought it's Joshua. Who is your class governor? All right. Is there any other person, assistant class governor?
Bilikisu.
Huh?
The
Bilikisu is the
the
assistant.
deputy governor is in the class.
What's the name?
Belkisu.
All right. The reason I'm asking this question because people joining this class late, they are distracting me. I have to be admitting them. So I want to make the class governor or the assistant a co-host. She will be the one to be admitting people. Huh? Belkisu, is she there? Or is there a volunteer? Who am I making co-host to be admitting people to the platform? Hello? Yeah, but I can make you the co-host now. Your own is to be admitting people. You can unmute yourself. But if your mic is muted, you can unmute. Don't worry. You can unmute yourself. What name did you use in joining so I can search for it? Dahar. Okay. I've seen it. All right. Bye now. I've made you a co-host, so be admitting your classmates. Thank you. Let's go now. All right. I'll take this one as fast as possible. Key aspect of audit analytics, see it, data collection and preparation, then analytical tools and techniques. And one of the tools is the idea that we are going to be seeing this evening. Then risk assessment and compliance monitoring. That is when you are talking of audit analytics, you talk of assessing the risk. And we all know that audit risk is the probability that the auditor will issue an unqualified audit report, whereas he was supposed or is supposed to issue a qualified audit report. Then fraud detection, we have enhancing audit quality, predictive analysis, integration with traditional audit. And there is a statement here that the effective implementation of audit analytics requires specific skills in data analysis. That's why we are going to do a practical demonstration of the application of IDEA, because I have told us IDEA is the acronym for what? Interactive data extraction and analysis. And at the end of this theoretical basis I'm laying, we'll now see practical. So what is IDEA? See it here on the screen. A generalized audit software. It is able to import a wide range of different types of data files During the import, an IDEA file and its field statistics are created. Now, I will just give you a mental picture. Let me paint a mental picture of what IDEA will do. You have gone to audit a particular organization, or better still, even investigation. All you need to do is for you to request for the soft copy of their report. Once they give you the soft copy of their report, either in PDF, either in Microsoft Word, that's Word document, or in Excel, but there is preferable in Excel. Let them give you request for the soft copy. Once they give you a soft copy, all you need to do is to import that soft copy of the report given to you, as we are going to see later in our case study, which I have shared on your class platform, is about account receivable. Now they are claiming in that particular case study that our debtors, this also amount of money. You don't need to argue with them. Just request that they give you the soft copy of their account receivable, if that's what you want to investigate, or if that's what you want to analyze. Account receivable is another word for debtors. Once we import it into the IDEA environment, of course, we are going to do some data cleaning, data cleansing before we now start the analysis. So when you now import it into the IDEA software, you now begin to perform specific requirement, specific analysis to address the situation you are investigating, or to address the report you want to gather, the evidence you want to gather for purpose of forming audit opinion. See another statement here. I say IDEA is a computer-based file interrogation tool for use by auditors, accountants, investigators, and IT staff. It analyzes data in many ways and allows extraction, sampling, and manipulation of data in order to identify errors, problems, specific issues, and trends. I give another classic example of what IDEA can do. Do you know we have public holiday, especially if it's our country that we love holiday so much? Somebody feel I am the accountant in my organization, or I'm the director of finance and account. And on the Christmas day that he's supposed to be enjoying his Christmas with the family, he decided to go to office because he had the key to the office and just work on the system without anybody knowing. And when the external auditor comes in, of course, all we just need to do as the external auditor in an organization that is computerized, we collect the soft copy of the report generated from the system. It may not even be from our own system. We just collect the report. IDEA will show to us the date a particular transaction was posted, the time, and if the person carrying out this investigation is so careful, we check. Say, okay, December 25, this person is supposed to be at home on break. So what happened? How did the person access the system? There are a lot of things. Very, very loaded audit software. And out of the many areas IDEA can be used, I just identify some key ones, identifying exceptional items. If you remember our old SAS, Statement of Accounting Standard number 6, it talks about extraordinary item and prior year adjustment. Now we'll talk of extraordinary if what the company is dealing with is not part of the original purpose of registering the company. But when we say exceptional item, you talk of overhead costs, for example, salaries. You know that salaries for the past 5 years is in the realm of hundreds of millions. But in a particular year, maybe the year under consideration, suddenly you notice salaries 1 point something billion. It is normal to pay salary, but the occurrence, the amount involved, call for attention. That's an example of exceptional item. I'll give you another example of exceptional item. Say this may be simply large items, or where the relationship between two pieces of information on an item do not correlate, such as rate of pay and pay grade. See this one now, rate of pay and pay grade. How can somebody be on grade level 5 and you now see that the pay grade or the rate of pay for somebody on grade level 5 is 100,000 and the person on grade level 10 is 60,000? Ordinary eyes may not see all these anomalies, but when you use this IDEA software, quick, in second, it will pinpoint to you the anomalies in the record. See another area, the calculation can be checked by appending a calculated field. Alternatively, use an exception test of miscalculation using extraction task. We are going to see some of these things when we come to the practical. See another area you can use IDEA, cross-matching data between systems. So one of the common ways to test the validity of information, validity of an item, is to cross-check it against some other information. For example, checking addresses or bank details of employees against those on accounts payable files to see if employees were also purporting to be supplier. You get this one very straightforward. You say you are an employee of Nigerian College of Accountancy. You are an employee. Of course, your record, your address, everything has been captured in the system. But at the same time, we now have a need for a contractor to supply us items. And the supplier supply items to Nigerian College of Accountancy, and unknown to many people that the same supplier, our contractor, is still the employee. It happened somewhere, not somewhere, it happened a lot. You work in a place and you go and register a company, you still say in the name of a contractor. So if you now use the same address, maybe they say, where is your contact address? You put your office address, you put other addresses, IDEA will fish it out and link the two. That's cross-matching. IDEA will show us the same person who is an employee with this address, the address match with the address of the contractor. So there, as the investigator, as the auditor, you pencil it down, pencil findings. See another one, say these tests are carried out by importing both files and then using the join databases task. That is the specific icon or the specific menu you are going to use to cross-match the two. Another effective test for completeness is to cross-check between a master file and transaction to see if there are any items in the master file for which a transaction has not been recorded. See, another area IDEA is used, testing for gaps and duplicates. Now, if you are dealing with customers, maybe just 100 of them, it is very possible for you to say, okay, bring all the documents of these our 100 customers. You begin to check one after the other. Even with that 100, you may not be able to fish out whether somebody has been paid twice. But with IDEA, let's talk of million customers. Then we have suppliers, we have vendors, and they duplicate their payment. With IDEA in place, IDEA, once you give the command, it will give to you all the payments made, the same amount paid at different dates. And you even see who are the beneficiary of those payments. By the time you now start checking, 500 million paid to ABC, our supplier, on 1st of January. And you check again, another 500,000 paid to ABC on 30th of November, the same year. Your own is to find out what is that 500 about. I'm giving us a practical example now. We just concluded a conference here in the US. We concluded a conference here in the US, and I used the credit card of the association to pay for the hotel reservation of the attendees. And yesterday I checked my mailbox, my bank sent me with evidence. They just sent me a screenshot. No, they sent me a message that it appears a payment was repeated twice, the same day, the same amount. That is technology. So these things are there in place that, okay, the hotel debited, that means they debited the card twice, the same amount, the same date. And I've cross-checked, I don't have a case of any of the attendees who came in that same data. I'm still analyzing, I'm going to see that. So IDEA can also do this. When payments are made to vendors, you repeat the payment. All manner of shady deals now happening in organization. See another one here, inventory and sales files can be tested for completeness of dispatch note numbers and purchases files for receipt number. It may also be appropriate to test for gaps on a series of check numbers. You want to check, maybe you are numbering item from number 1 to 1 million, and suddenly in between they skip some particular numbers. IDEA will quickly fish out. Or if you are doing it manually, you start checking gap in dates. See, here also say dates may also be tested for gaps where you have large volume of transaction. Remember, when I started this class, we first look at what is called big data. We say big data are large data that occur in millions, in billions, and they are released in seconds, in minutes, too large for any ordinary eyes to say you want to analyze big data. And I say big data has some features. We talk of velocity, we talk of varieties, and we talk of volume, 3 V's for big data. And I say it again that big data also can be in form of, I say big data can also be in form of the normal regular data we see, can be formal, can be informal. Now duplicate testing can be very effective in certain circumstances, such as testing for duplicate payment to suppliers. Then also IDEA can be used in sampling. You know, when you are carrying out research and you say you cannot study the whole population, you have to take sample when you are carrying out research. Let me use another one now for auditors. Even auditors, they've asked our auditors before now, why have you written an unqualified audit opinion? You inform us that everything is well with the organization, and yet the organization failed. They were liquidated. Auditors hide under the umbrella of sampling. Auditors will tell you sampling is allowed in audit. So the aspect we are unable to take a sample are the cause of the problem. But with IDEA, there is no hiding place for auditors, because for IDEA, you can take the entire population without saying, I want to sample some customers. If the company say, we have 1 million customers, IDEA have what it takes to take all the 1 million customer and you fish out, you extract whatever information you need about the 1 million customers. That is the area of sampling now. IDEA can do the entire population and you extract the data you need. Advantages of IDEA: increase or wider scope of investigation, such as conducting tests which cannot be done manually. 2, increase coverage. Can you see in bracket now? Checking a large number of items and potential covering 100% of the transaction for a year or more. Then better information such as extra analysis or profiling of data will save time. Users of IDEA. Say IDEA is designed for both internal and external auditors, although their use of software is usually different. And it's good I mentioned at this juncture also that we have what is called IDEA Server. Please take note of that. IDEA Server, SERVER. It operates in a similar fashion as this cloud accounting, like the one we saw last time our last meeting when I took us to the cloud. We also have IDEA Server. With IDEA Server in place, you as the external auditor, maybe you are based in Nigeria and the company you are auditing is in the United States. You don't need to say you want to travel from Nigeria to come and be checking all their transactions for purpose of analysis and to form your opinion, except you want to come and for purpose of stock verification. You want to come and see whether all the assets they claim they have are really theirs. That is CAVEBOP. That's the acronym to carry out verification. CAVEBOP. 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 Though that one you can travel. But with IDEA Server, we have a tool called API. API is that interconnector that will connect your system as the external auditor who is based in Nigeria. It will connect it with the database of your clients here in the United States. As the transaction is occurring, you are getting the relevant data you need for purpose of analysis and to enable you form an opinion as to whether the financial statement represents a true and fair view. Now, I say here that IDEA is a versatile tool that is used in many different industries. Here are some examples. Information technology industry uses IDEA for auditing computer security. Let's leave that. The healthcare industry uses IDEA for analyzing accounts, receivables, account payables, patient billing, charges, and material management. School board use IDEA for analyzing kickback or conflict of interest schemes. The retail industry uses IDEA for analyzing gross profit, isolating price adjustment transactions. Is to mention but a few. See areas of application of IDEA. What are the various areas you can use IDEA? Auditing and assurance services, and under this category, you see it financial audit, operational audit, compliance audit. In compliance, we are saying ensuring adherence to laws, policies, and regulation. Operation, evaluating the effectiveness and efficiency of operation. Financial audit, verifying the accuracy of financial statements and records. So IDEA can be applied in what? Auditing and assurance services. See other areas of application like accounting and finance can be applied in accounts payable, account receivable. We are taking a practical demonstration of this one now. Accounts receivable. General ledger analysis. Then it can be applied in internal control testing. And when we say internal control testing, control effectiveness. Assessing the effectiveness of internal control. For example, you want to search who is the officer responsible for banking of cash if your company collect cash. 2, you want to check who is the officer responsible for preparing cash book. Who is the person keeping custody of the bank statement? Who is the officer preparing the reconciliation of cash book and bank statement? IDEA will help you figure out all this. And if you now discover it's the same person, you should know that that one is enough to put you into inquiry. That is, there is no segregation of duties. Then IDEA, still talking of internal control testing, fraud detection, identifying unusual transactions or patterns that could indicate fraud. I've given us this example before, that where you have item occurring and occurring magnitude.
Sorry about that.
Happening in magnitude.
You checked over or you sound?
1 p.m. 1 p.m.
Okay.
All right. Forensic accounting, that's another area of application. Forensic accounting, fraud investigations, that's investigating suspicious activities on transactions. Then litigation support, providing data analysis to support legal cases. IDEA is also relevant in risk management. Risk management. That's identifying and evaluating potential risks. Then control testing. Testing control to mitigate, identify risk. IDEA is also applied in data reconciliation. That's data matching, data cleaning. Identify, when they say cleaning, data cleaning is just identifying and correcting errors or inconsistencies in data. Then performance analysis, benchmarking, comparing performance against industry benchmarks or standards. Trend analysis. When we say trend analysis here, you want to see the performance of an organization. Are they going upward? Is it upward trend? Is it downward trend? Is it zigzag? Is it static? That's what we mean here. Inventory management, IDEA, stock analysis, procurement analysis, payroll analysis. You want to check salary review. In salary review, analyzing salary data for discrepancies or policy violations. And we've given all the example before. Somebody is on grade level 5 and you notice his basic pay is even higher than the person on grade level 10. Your ordinary eyes may not see this, where the number of employees are so voluminous. But when you import it into the IDEA environment, at a go, just give the command, you will see the anomalies. Benefit analysis, reviewing benefits allocation and utilization. Regulatory compliance, see another area of IDEA application. Anti-money laundering, healthcare compliance, taxation, tax compliance, then tax planning. IDEA is relevant in taxation. Procurement and contract management, vendor analysis, for example, IDEA is relevant there. Contract compliance, that is ensuring adherence to contract terms and conditions. Then customer relationship management, customer analysis, understanding customer behavior and trend, your pattern, how do the customer behave, sales analysis, and how do the customer behave because you have a record of their purchase pattern, how they purchase or what particularly they buy from the organization. Sales analysis, you can see project management. Now when we say project management here, we have project costing, performance monitoring, and the rest. Information technology, system log analysis, that's reviewing system logs for security or performance issues. Logging, what are the people logging in? Data security, ensuring that data is protected and access is controlled. Ladies and gentlemen, before now, we used to think when they ask us what are the types of audit software available. The popular one is IDEA and ACL. See this last one here. Audit command language. That's the meaning of ACL. Then IDEA. But we have much more than that. We have other audits, computer assisted audit software. See them here. Signal Auditor, Gensuite, Intellect, Prontoforms, FastPath Audit Trail, Form.com, Asset Panda, Master Control Audit, Jolt, Raking, iAuditor, OnSpring Audit Software, to mention but a few. But I will tell you generally that as an auditor or as a professional, am I supposed to know all this audit software? Just the same way we have a list of numerous accounting software. You should know the one that best fits the situation you want to address. Like us in White Knight Consulting, if you call our consulting firm, you ask us to come and help you install an accounting system, what we do first is to carry out an analysis of the situation. We evaluate your situation we call it need assessment. Need assessment. We advise you, okay, this is what you say you need. We compare with what you are doing. Then we now draw your attention to the software that is going to match your situation. So we carry out need assessment. The same thing as an auditor. You don't need to say you want to know everything here, right? Because some of this one, like this, let me pick this one, form.com, they actually convert paper evidence. If you have, okay, you've gone to audit a particular client and they tell you the only evidence we have is hard copy. We don't have it in soft copy. Some of this software you are seeing will help you convert hard copy, that's evidence in hard copy, help you convert it to soft copy for purpose of analysis. Now, I say thank you for your attention. This is where we stop for this theory. Then immediately, I will go and do a practical demonstration of IDEA. After this class, I know for your exam, this may not be relevant. I'm talking of the practical now. I want to show it to us. Now, we advise you to just be on the lookout there, that we are going to come up with a training wherein this software will be installed on your system. Meanwhile, I'm going to send you a link later. I will share the link on your platform. You can download it from the website of ACCSA Global, Association of Chartered Certified System Accountants Global. That association is registered here in the United States, and I'm privileged to be the training director of the association. And all they do in ACCSA Global is to bridge the digital divide in the teaching and practice of accounting, so that if there is any area at all that you require technology application in accounting, finance, and related field, that is what ACCSA Global stands for. And I've told people, some, especially these participants that also came, some of them were inducted as members of the association here in the US. And what I tell accountants generally, we should stop all these dichotomies. Somebody will say I'm of ICANN, another person will say I'm of ANAN, another person I'm of CIMA, another person will say I'm a chartered accountant. If you're an ANAN member, you say I'm a certified accountant. But what we are saying, let us come together and be united on the platform of technology, whether you are ICANN, you are ANAN. That's why today in the ACCSA Global, registered here in the US. We have members of ICANN, members of ANAN, members of ACCA, the one popular in UK, ACCA. They are also members. And some of them will tell you the singular reason I'm joining ACCSA Global is because of the practicality. IT, that is what we do. So some of you who will need information on this, I will share the website address. I will even go to the website, show you some information, and I will give you contacts. Maybe your class governor, I will give a contact to the class governor. You can reach out. But the most important one you should look out for is the training coming up in March. By the grace of God, God keep us alive, March 2025 in Abuja, Nigeria. Is a master class in investment, portfolio management, and financial modeling. During this training, there are some software that will be installed on your system. And I'm not saying everybody should travel to Abuja. It will be hybrid. Wherever you are, ahead of the training, you're going to have access to the software. You download and install. Just the same way I'm going to share the link to this idea on your platform. You download, install, then you wait for the day we do the full demonstration. What I'm going to do today is just to show us an aspect of what IDEA can do. Before showing us that aspect, there is a case study I've also shared on your platform. I'll bring up the case study. Let me open the case study now for everyone to see. If you are on your platform also, you should check. You see that case study there. IDEA case study. I've just launched that. Here is the case study on the screen. You should pay rapt attention to what I'm doing and follow also the step-by-step approach I will use to solve this case study. See, IDEA application, this is application, don't worry about the case study. David PLC is a limited liability company with diverse investment that spans through manufacturing and supplies. The company was established in 2013 and has been filing returns as at when due to FIRS. The tax liabilities of the company for the past 5 years have been above 100 million naira. However, in the last tax year, the company's tax liability remitted to the service was less than 50 million. This anomaly arose suspicion of possible tax fraud by the service. On analytical review carried out by the service on the likely reasons for the huge variation between the tax liability of last year and the previous 5 years, the audited financial statement of David PLC uploaded via the tax promax was downloaded and carefully studied alongside the data field keyed into the system to arrive at the tax liability. The service discovered the account receivable figure in the financial statement was 169 million. Please take note of this 169 million. The bad debt allowed the deduction figure was stated at 95 million naira. FIRS contacted David PLC and the company confirmed that the account receivables and bad debt for the tax year under consideration was the reason for the variation in tax liability. David PLC uses Microsoft Excel in the preparation of their financial statement and printed out the list of the account receivable alongside the bad debts written off against each of their customers who made up the figures reported. Summary of this case study is that David PLC has been paying tax over 1 million for the past 5 years, but in the particular financial year, they only remitted less than 50 million. And when FIRS contacted them, since bad debts is an allowable deductions, so they claim that the reason their tax have reduced is because of the bogus number, the increase in account payable. Debtors have increased, so provision for allowable deduction must also increase, and if provision for allowable deduction on bad debt will increase, then bad debt will also increase. And once bad debt increase, you can say somebody who owe you 500 million naira and out of the 500 million, 400 million is treated as bad debt. So for purpose of tax, that 400 million is allowable deduction. So that thing actually reduced the tax they paid to the service. So now they want to use IDEA to investigate. That's just the simple question we want to do. And what we're going to do here, we want to check whether the statement on the pages of the financial statement of David PLC is actually 169 million. And how do you do this? You collect what? You collect the soft copy of the account receivable schedule, which I've also shared on the class platform. Let me show you. I will share that one also here. David, see what they gave. Let me show on the screen now. See it here. See what they give to. That's the soft copy now in Microsoft Excel, in spreadsheet. David PLC, account receivable. See how they arrive at all this. Serial number 1, date, journal, customer, account, credit, debit. Yeah? Then doubtful. You got it? Then if you scroll down, the reason where I've limited this case study to just only 200 items. The idea I'm using for demonstration is a free version, demo version. And when it's demo version, there is a limit. But when you subscribe, you want to be paying, you can have even 1 million items analyzed at the same time. Can you see now? So when they give you this document in soft copy, ignore whatever total they have put there. I'll show you what to do first. For IDEA to work, we don't need all this field. All this David PLC is not recognized. Account receivable is not recognized. So the first thing you will do is to delete all this row. I say delete row. Can you see? I've deleted. So I need only the heading, serial number, dates. Then you go down, all those total. You don't want to rely on the total given to you. IDEA will do the total for you in seconds. So I'm not relying on this. Let me also delete. What I'm doing now is data cleaning, data cleansing. So I've deleted the entire row. I will now save. This thing is already on my desktop. Now, as soon as I'm done with deleting all those fields I don't need, I will stop sharing. Then I'll go and launch my IDEA. See IDEA now, I'm launching it. You need to install it first before you can launch. If I come here, see the software called IDEA on your screen. Let me close this. This is what is called, this is the IDEA caseware. This is how it looks like. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for purpose of our class today, I've just told us earlier, just be on the lookout for training on this. This is what they use even in developed countries and some Western world. But less developing nations, let's narrow it down to Nigeria. CBN, Auditor General, and many other companies, they use IDEA. They use it, except they have changed it. Now look up. When you install IDEA on your desktop, this is the desktop version. The next thing now, Daily PLC have given you their account receivable in Excel format. And you have deleted all those fields you don't need, all those data. So you come here, please look up. When I come here, you see desktop, watch. When you click on desktop, see all this one, it means Microsoft Access. Even if the document you want to import in Microsoft Access, there is provision for it, but we are going for Excel. So when I click this, Watch. I click, let me take that again. I click on Microsoft Excel. Then I come in here where I have file name. I click on these dots. It will take me straight to all the various menu. I click on desktop. Because I have my document on desktop, I will search for it, David PLC. And before I import, do you know all this place blank? In the IDEA environment, everywhere blank. Just watch what happened as soon as I export that. I'm still looking for it. See it here. IDEA case study, David PLC account receivable. Then I click on open. I select that. Watch now. Then I say next. Can you see this? Here I can check these two boxes. Check them. Then we'll click OK. The moment I click OK, ladies and gentlemen, I have successfully imported the Microsoft Excel document into the IDEA environment for purpose of analysis. The very first thing, when I was taking that note, the presentation, I said automatic, once you import data, the fee statistics are calculated. It means even in your research work, you want to calculate, because we have descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, where we'll be calculating the mean, the median, the standard deviation, and so on. If I come here, just watch. As soon as I import, I did not do any other thing. I will click on fee statistics. Watch what you see. Just watch. It's asking statistics are not available for all fields. Do you wish to create statistics for all fields without statistics? I say yes. Watch now. See, it has given me all the calculation. If you look at this, net value, absolute value, number of record, 200, positive value, negative value, average value, minimum value, maximum value, standard deviation, sample variance, everything automatically computed for those areas that have data. Now watch something also. When I imported this document, it gave me the same account receivable of David PLC. But as soon as I click on field statistics, see what I have. How do I go back to the original data for purpose of further analysis? I will click on this data. Watch. Once I click on data, it brings me back. So this one allows me to do further analysis. What is the area of interest in this question, this case study? The area of interest, without wasting time, is that David PLC is claiming that the account receivable is 169 million, thereabout. But you did not rely. Of course, the auditors are blunt hound. They say auditors don't rely on financial statement, but then you don't have a biased mind. Now, we want to check this column we are seeing here. Watch. That is where our account receivable. The other one is doubtful debts. So we want to check the total now using IDEA, whether it is in line with what they claim. That is debtors or account receivable is 169 million, thereabout. All you need to do, watch now. I will come here. I will click on what? Control total. As soon as I click on control total, this dialog box will pop up, giving me which of the column do you want me to total for you. That's the meaning. I will now click debit. Debit is the one that has the account receivable. Debit. Then I will click OK. Watch now. Can you see what is the total you see here? Control total. 32,610,942. Whereas the claim that is 160 something million. You form your note. That will not permit us. See, there is provision. Everything is here. Add comment. Whatever comment you type, keep. Now, I go back to data again. See something. So, I want to take another control total. Watch. Doubtful. I want to also check the one they say doubtful debt. I click on doubtful. Then I click OK. Watch. What's for the doubtful debt? 9,783,282.6. You now compare it with their claim as you saw on the pages of their statement of financial position. What I've just done, very simple, is to show us that IDEA can be used to verify control total. And how do you do that? By importing the document account receivable into the account IDEA environment. But I can tell you, when we go into the retraining of IDEA, 3 good days, you can be exploring the potential in this particular software. We'll stop here for today. There are a lot of other things. Project overview will show you all the history of whatever you have done. Here is to create a new project. Here you select from your previous, maybe you have used this software for different company. Here you will now check and select the one you want to work on. This archive, the one you don't need again, you already completed on them. This one will give you all the properties. The desktop is the one you need. If I come here and click data, see something. Okay, let's go to analysis. This is where we do the real analysis, which is outside the scope of what we are doing today. It is in this analysis you see gap detection, Benford law, duplicate keys, statistics, summarization, stratification, charts. IDEA will even plot for you. You know, the other time, one of the statistics, one of the analytical tools, when you talk of data analysis now, that you can even put in pictorial form. You want pie chart, you want IDEA will do all this for you. Aging, pivot table, append, to mention but a few. We stop here for today's class. If you have questions, if you have comments, let me know. I'm going to share with us the slides. Then it's good I inform your class. Your exam question will be about 5 questions, attempt any 4. And if it's going to be more than that, it will be 6 questions, attempt 4. We'll give options. I need to check the previous question set. And if they say 6, attempt 4, from what we have done, I can come, see from this little you feel we have done, I can come up with 10 questions. If they want us to even set up to 10 questions, attempt any 4. But I know in Anna University, it's usually maybe 6 questions, attempt 4. And sometimes I may say question 1 is compulsory. I say attempt question 1 and any other 3. That is all. So be on the lookout. For your test, I know we have not done any tests. I'm going to share with us, I can promise us by next week, you are going to have your assignment. It's not test. I'm giving you in form of assignment, and I will allow you 2 weeks after the completion of your exams to submit the assignment. All the details I will share on the platform. All right, 1 or 2 questions or comments. Let's call it a day.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. No, I didn't raise my hand, but apology for that. It's an appreciation for this exposition, especially on this idea.
All right.
To make an appeal, if we can have like a coordinator within Nigeria that will help us coordinate those that would like to participate or take the training by March.
Or for the training, which of the 2?
For the training, sir.
For the training.
For all, sir.
For all. Now, I've just shared on the screen the website of this association, Association of Chartered Certified System Accountants. For some of you, see, if you are an ANA member or ICANN member, or you belong to any other professional accounting body or related body, is direct membership. Meanwhile, I've told you I'm going to share the contacts. We have African representative. If you have, some of you may know Dr. Lambe Isaac, the immediate past head of Department of Accounting, Bingham University. Then, aside Dr. Lambe, we also have our consultants there in Africa, in Nigeria. The best thing to see, the best thing to do about it is for me to send the contact to your class governor. I'm not going to share the platform because the platform we have created for this course is not for membership of any association. It's for not to teach data analytics or accounting. Then here is the website. If you want to take that down, I will share all this information with the class governor. It will now relate to you. If you now need any other information about the forthcoming training or membership of this association, those representatives will give you all the detailed information you need. See, there are a lot of material you can also see here. And before I leave, here is the international president. She's leaving a word for you all. Here, Pamela is her name.
I want to welcome you to AXA Global. AXA Global stands for Association of Chartered Certified System Accountants.
All right, let me stop this here. If you want to check further, you can go to the website.
Thank you very much, sir.
That's all right. I say, have I answered your question?
Yes, sir.
All right. Your class governor, I can assure you today is Saturday. Before the close or before tomorrow evening or latest by Monday, you have all the relevant information or who to contact about the association or the training, anyone. One good thing about training, when you empower yourself, let's see some of the things we do. You can be in Nigeria there. You don't have to travel to America to earn dollars. That's one advantage when you train and retrain yourself online. These are part of the thing we expose members to. Any other question or comment? It's exactly about 1 hour exactly, so we can stop. No question? It means everything. Okay.
Okay,
Right?
Prof. Yeah, good evening, Prof.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. On behalf of the students, as the students' representative, want to say thank you for having your time and giving us the best in all you do outside your schedule as well. Prof, sir, where can you narrow us down on the forthcoming exams? Is it possible? Hello, Prof.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, the network is breaking, not much.